For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, we are live and amplified. So let's get ready to podcast.
Fire it up.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm finally starting to figure out what I'm doing with my life, I think, maybe. It's been one of those days where I'm just like trying to keep up with the schedule, and I'm like, can't even read straight right now. I've been going since 10 a.m. So
I see. I saw. Yeah, I had kind of lost track myself because I've had a lot to do lately.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you on and glad to chat with you a little bit and get to know more about you and what you got going on. So for the people that are just getting introduced to you for the first time, can you kind of explain your background in music, who you are, all that fun stuff?
Sure. So my stage name is MJ. My first name is Mari. I'm a rapper currently in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
Been doing music on and off since 2011. So I'm a hip hop artist. I recently just released a new single called Dreams, which I'm actually making a music video for tomorrow, which is what I've been kind of running around with for.
Yeah.
I have been consistently releasing projects since last year. I released an EP last year called The Way Things Were. That was preceded last summer by several singles. This year I've been focusing a lot on singles and expanding my artistry to music videos, doing more creative things.
Mm-hmm.
Before Dreams, I released Not Girl Summer. And before that, I had released Moonlight. All my social media handles are the same, MJM the rapper. In terms of a little bit more personal information about me, I was born in Redondo Beach, California. I was primarily, though, raised in Pensacola, Florida.
Okay. And
I have been in Houston for the past 5 years.
Awesome. How are you liking Houston?
I've been this has done a lot for me. It's a way bigger city than where I'm from.
Yeah.
So there's a whole lot more to do here. There's a whole lot more opportunity here. I've accomplished a lot in Houston. I like it here. I like it way better than where I came from. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I got you. Well, I lived in Tallahassee, Florida for about 2 years, so not too far from Pensacola.
I have a lot of family there from my grandma's side.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Tallahassee.
It's the country.
No, it's not even that. It's just the weather there. I call it the armpit of Florida for a very specific reason. It's always hot and very sticky, and there's never any relief in sight. So
definitely, I understand, and it's like it's a lot of forestation. There isn't a beach there to cool off at, so yeah, I feel you.
You understand completely. And then now I'm in Waco, Texas, actually. So,
we're about 3 hours from here.
Yeah, I drive through. When I was going to visit my mom while she was sick, I would drive through Houston pretty regularly. So,
So
I'm not overly familiar with Houston. My sister's more familiar because she worked for Child Protective Services in Indiana, and she had a case in Houston.
Oh, wow.
So she would go down every 6 months to make sure her kids are doing what they're supposed to be doing. So.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So, but once again, like I'd mentioned, I'm excited. I'm excited to have you on. I'm glad we were able to work it out. I apologize once again about getting my schedule mixed up. I'm like,
that's
you're looking at it and I'm like, it must just be 11 a.m. tomorrow. That's where it got screwed up. Nope. I just can't read my schedule. But
I mean, I had just seen the email because I was trying to find out myself because I thought it was 11 a.m. today.
Uh-huh.
So it wasn't just you. I looked at the email and I just saw it's 11 p.m. And then when you said 11 a.m., I was just like, oh, okay, so I'll just have to get up a little bit early tomorrow. And then
Yeah.
it was like, no, it's 11 p.m. I'm like, oh, that's fine. We can just do it tonight. You know?
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I sat there and shot you the email, and I was like, wait a minute, I've got her phone number in my phone somewhere. Let me just shoot her a text really quick while we're on this break, and we'll get it squared up. So, but yeah, let's talk a little bit about your music and everything you got going on. You said you're working on a music video tomorrow. For what song is that for?
For Dreams. So I just released a new song called Dreams a couple of weeks ago on October the 30th, to be exact. It was produced by Dream Life Productions. He's a producer based out of the UK. The hook is sung by Brianna Marin. Very beautiful, talented R&B singer. I believe she's based out of Las Vegas. I had completed the song this past summer, been planning out, how to release it, playing out the visuals for it. It is available now on all streaming platforms for anyone who want to listen. Just type Dreams by MJ and it'll be there. Awesome.
And you obviously been working on Dreams for a bit now, just like all over. What was the original idea for that song, for Dreams?
So the original idea, I mean, it was kind of a play off of like what the beat already was, because she had already recorded the hook to it, and my verses just played off of that, basically building a dynasty with family pursuing the American dream. A former friend of mine had introduced me to the beat, and I really liked it. It was like a Rick Ross type of beat, very kind of chill, more calm, with some nice instrumentation. And I just wrote the lyrics based off of what her hook was, and it was just from there.
Awesome. And so what's the plan for obviously you don't want to give too much away on the music video, but what's kind of what went into the creative process behind the music video?
Well, so I teamed up with my directors. I'm working with Pink Visions Productions based out of here in Houston. And unlike my last music video, this one's going to tell more of like a story, which is what I really look forward to. Just a little hint, it's going to be kind of a little bit more of a narrative. I feel like there's going to be a lot more to it that basically represents the song. So I'm very excited to see how it turns out. It's just basically, it's going to tell more of a story. And it's going to involve kind of like a love interest too. So that's just a little bit of, what it's going to contain.
Sweet. I can't wait to check it out. And all your other music videos and stuff you've done, that's up on YouTube and all that stuff?
Yes, I just made a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you just type MJ Not Girl Summer, you'll find it with the music video. I do have a master link. I apologize if I didn't send it to you.
It's all good.
I tried to like send everyone the master link in my bio. There's been so many like podcasts lately and interviews I've been doing.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, I usually think that I put it in when you originally put it on the form, but
it's probably in the one for the podcast that we have scheduled in January or whatever. I think it's January, right? Maybe.
Yes.
So, no, I'll be sure to check all that out. And I'm really excited to see what the Dreams music video looks like, and all that fun stuff. Let's take a step back though for a minute. Who originally introduced you to music? So
my mom and my grandmother did. When I was around 8 years old, my mom made me take piano lessons, and then my grandmother would always take me to the church, and eventually I had to sing in the church choir. When I was little, back in Pensacola, Florida. So those are the main two who introduced me to music. Now, of course, growing up, it's like MTV introduced me to like hip hop back when they were, playing music videos. Yeah. So I used to watch that all the time, TRL, and then on BET 106 in Park, Aaliyah, Missy Elliott, Hot Boys, Juvenile, Lil Wayne, you name it.
Yep.
So in terms of like mainstream music, definitely I would say MTV introduced me to that.
Mhm.
and I became hooked on that from a very young age. In terms of like hip hop, I've always been fans of like music in general,
Mhm.
but that in particular, especially in the South, where rap has definitely helped evolved the whole music scene in general. Now, where I'm from, of course, in Pensacola, Florida, it's a small town. So it's not as much, it's not like Miami.
Mhm.
So like it was like different other Southern artists elsewhere. I mean, I'm in Houston, Texas. I remember my brother would always listen to like Fat Pat,
Yeah.
Big Hawk. Those were like some of the main, and of course Ghetto Boys.
Mhm.
Some of the main kind of like trendsetters in the Houston hip hop scene, Southern rap in general.
Mhm.
So and it was just like in middle school. It's funny, like in middle school during like in a class, like we would all freestyle to Snoop Dogg's "Drop It Like It's Hot."
Yeah.
And I would say a little something, something. And middle school was hell. But that was one of the few good moments of my middle school experience.
Mhm.
And in college, I mean, I've always been a writer of poetry
Mhm.
and fiction in general.
Yeah.
So I've always like loved to write.
Mhm.
And I wanted to just combine in college. You know, the likes of Drake was coming out, Childish Gambino, Mac Miller, Kendrick Lamar.
Mhm.
And I just wanted to do music. Those
Mhm.
were the cats that inspired me to, follow my own path in the music
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah. And how long have you at this point? How long have you been writing and performing your own music?
I would say on and off for about almost 10 years now.
Okay, awesome. That's really cool. And so 5 of it in Houston there, and then you started while you were still in Pensacola.
So I went to college, excuse me. I went to college in Stetson University
Okay.
in DeLand, Florida.
Okay.
And that's when, because we had a little studio there. It wasn't a whole lot, but it was something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we would always write freestyles. And I had friends in a fraternity who would always freestyle, and I would join them. And so that's actually really where it started in DeLand, Florida. It's a little town between Daytona Beach and Orlando.
Mhm.
I had graduated in 2014, and I was kind of going through a rough period. I had to move back home to Pensacola,
Mhm.
and there's not really a whole lot ways there to pursue music.
Mhm.
And so I decided to move out here around 2015, 2016-ish.
Mhm.
And I made a mixtape out here, kind of a very rough mixtape.
Mhm.
And then, I started, with the help of a couple of friends, started to developing myself more as an artist here.
Mhm.
So the bulk of my musical journey where I've heavily progressed has been in Houston, Texas.
Mhm.
I mean, it's bigger, it's more of a scene here.
Yeah.
It's more people to meet here and work with here. And then throughout the past year, I had to take another little hiatus because life happened.
Mhm.
And then last year, I just released the material that I had been working on. And then I've been focusing on steadily, consistently releasing music ever since, and
Nice.
just taking my artistry to the next level.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's like just being like, I think, especially in the independent scene, just consistency is key, period.
Definitely.
Especially with the way the music industry is now, where a lot of leverage is put on Spotify and like the streaming platforms. If you're not consistent, then I don't know what to tell you right now. Unless you're
That's
out playing, like doing live shows all the time, that's a different animal. But for the most part, if you're relying on your streams, you got to stay consistent.
definitely. I agree.
Yep.
I definitely agree.
So you've been out in Houston, down in Houston for about 5 years now. I'm taking from the conversation that you do not regret moving to Houston.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't regret moving here. My main goal, though, was to get to Los Angeles.
Okay.
And I am looking to move there by next year.
Yeah.
Just because I believe that's the ultimate place to make it in terms of art, entertainment. That platform is, no offense to Houston. I don't regret it because, excuse me, it's like this scene, it has like a very growing underground scene. And there's been a lot of artists that have came out here like these past 5 years since I've been here. I mean, you have Travis Scott, you have Megan Thee Stallion, and of course the old school legends that are still killing it, like Slim Thug. You have Zero, artists such as that nature who have definitely helped put this city more on the map in terms of the hip hop scene in general. And I've met a lot of great people here. I've met a lot of great artists here. There's so much talent here. There is so much talent. Like there's so much talent you don't even know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not that deep into the Houston scene, but everybody, like there's a select few people that I hang around with here in Waco that they're connected. They say they're connected in Houston and know some people, and just the conversations and some of the music they've shown me, it's like, holy crap, that's coming out of Houston. All right, that's awesome. So that's really cool. But I did want to take a little bit of a sidestep. We are here for a reason to raise funds and awareness for the pancreatic cancer research through PanCan. So I do want to ask, have you had any personal experiences or lost loved ones to cancer in general, or more specifically pancreatic cancer?
I actually just recently had a very close family member who's had to battle with pancreatic cancer. She was diagnosed earlier this year. She had to go through, she was already, I think, in stage 3 or 4.
Oh, wow.
She had to go through chemotherapy.
Oh, wow.
My mother actually is planning on visiting her this Thanksgiving to see how she's doing. And so it's interesting. It's almost kind of like the perfect, opportunity to, fundraise for something that is important, because I have recently had a family member who has been battling it. Unfortunately, they caught it in time. And she's been doing treatments. She's actually been in great spirits, beautiful spirits. She's been doing better. She's been feeling better. Her kids have been visiting her. Her husband has been taking care of her. So this is definitely something that has actually affected me personally over the past year.
Gotcha. Well, I appreciate you sharing that story, because as I was kind of trying to figure out what we talk about with everyone, I realized that I hadn't really asked anyone what their if they had a connection with like cancer in general or pancreatic cancer more specifically. And so when somebody has a close personal connection like that, it makes this interview a lot, I don't want to say easier, but just more personable, and drives everything that I've been saying all day home a lot more, because I've been telling everybody all day, get yourself checked. It's not that big of a deal, and everything I'm telling everyone else is stuff that I should be telling myself, because I'm a culprit of it all. Like, I don't go to the doctor like I should, Yeah. So, but that's just my case, I guess. I don't know, but yeah. So just to note, if you're interested in donating, the links are below. The comment section, it's a pinned post, or in the description, the donation links are there. Anything you can do would be much appreciated. MJ, how's obviously the plan is to go out to LA. You said next year, right?
Yeah, that's what my plan is. I'm praying that I can make some things happen, make some things shake.
Nice. Well, what's kind of the outlook for the rest of the year? Obviously, you got the music video shoot tomorrow. What's the outlook for the rest of the year?
The outlook for the rest of the year is to, after this music video, basically focus on networking. I want to network with people more outside of Houston. I want to plan more visuals. I actually want to make some videos from my EP last year. Since I have more music out, the next is basically for me is to create more content, more visual content. I want to be a very creative person. So I actually do want to create more visuals to songs that I've already released. I actually do have some more music that I have been working on. that I haven't released yet. I'm kind of trying to plan out what to do first. It's like I have like several ideas in my mind.
Yeah.
I did say at the end of the year I wanted to focus more on making music videos because I really feel like that is an important part of getting to the next level as an artist.
Yep.
Gaining more fans, being more recognized.
I 100% agree. Yeah.
So that was something that I had planned. Now, I haven't performed in like since this past like end of the summer. I had caught COVID, so I was like bed rest for like 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
And since then, I've been focusing more so on releasing music and creating content. Not saying that live performances aren't as important. I actually have an idea. I want to upload like tiny desk-esque performances of my music on my YouTube. Again, give it some more content, show more of my talent, more of what I can do, how I can capture an audience, hire some local musicians, so help, put them on the map. So those are some other things that I've had planned as well.
Awesome. That sounds like you've got a lot of opportunities to do some amazing stuff. And you brought up like the tiny desk performance type videos. Would that be something where you bring in like other musicians to play instrumentation as instead of like a backing track, or?
Yes, because I have some friends here I know several friends who are musicians here. And it's like I've been wanting to do something with them anyway for a while. It's just been hard because they get busy and life's been happening to them and life's been happening to me. So that is something that I've wanted to do because, like I said, there's a lot of talented, like actual musicians, instrumentalists here.
Yeah.
So sorry about that.
No, you're good.
And I definitely, it's like I've helped a friend who plays in a band. I've helped them set up. It's got me into a couple of places for free, so I ain't complaining about it.
Yeah.
But yes, so that's something that I've been having in mind for a while too.
Awesome. One of the other things that we like to, and we could dive a little bit deeper in on this at the later podcast in January there, but one of the things that we like to talk about on Live and Amplified is the creative process behind musicians. So when you're writing music, what is kind of your creative process? Are you more, you need like a instrumentation or a backing track, or you need like a beat already, or are you usually writing music before you even hear a beat? What's kind of your process?
Sometimes it's both. Sometimes I hear a beat in my head. And one of my dreams was to actually like co-produce my own beats. So sometimes I write stuff with the beat in my head. A lot of times I do like hear the beat first, or I hear even like a popular song and I'll think of my own lyrics to it, then apply it to something else. It's funny because my creative process, I can go like a while without writing. And then other times I'll churn out like 5 songs, or I'll churn out like 3 different versions of a song and pick out which one sounds the best. I'll write a couple of different verses and pick out which verse is the best. Sometimes I'll write freestyles and then put those freestyle verses and incorporate them into a song.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, before we kind of start wrapping up the interview, one thing that we've done with everybody on the fundraising podcast today is we ask them one question from our random question generator on my nifty little app over here.
Sure.
So if you're ready for your question, this is a really deep question. Wow.
Sure. Uh-oh.
What motivates you more, the past, the present, or the future?
The future. All the way. The future.
Okay. Maybe it wasn't as deep of a question as I thought it was.
I mean, I can go a little bit into it. I consider myself a dreamer. So I'm always like thinking like 10 steps ahead, 20 steps ahead. So I'm always thinking about the end game, where I want to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now. And so the future and knowing like what's ahead, or, like knowing that I'm doing all of this hard work. Not a lot of people know me. You know, I'm damn near, you know, kind of slaving myself to make this music thing happen.
Mhm.
And I do it all because there's a goal that I have in mind. There's a vision that I have in mind,
Mhm.
and I want to accomplish it. So it's most definitely the future.
Yeah, awesome. I 100% agree. So for anybody that wants to check out your new music or music videos, any of that stuff, where's the best place for them to find it?
So I would suggest you follow me on social media.
Mhm.
I post my master link there. I post my music links there. I post snippets of my music there. I always update my bios. Again, I also on Facebook. I have all my links on there as well. All my social media handles are the same. It's MJM the rapper, no spaces or hyphens. Just all together MJM the rapper. So if it's Instagram at MJM the rapper, Twitter at MJM the rapper, Facebook, facebook.com/MJM the rapper.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, once again, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute blast sitting here chatting with you. I can't wait to dive in a little bit deeper on all this stuff in January there. And
Yes.
hopefully we get to check out, or hopefully I get to watch hopefully the music video will be out by January. Is that kind of the plan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. But yeah, other than that, thank you so much. And thank you everybody for tuning in. We got another musician, Cheyenne Benton, coming up here in a little bit. If you're interested in donating, links are in the description below or in the comment thread. And we will be right back in a few minutes.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Bye. All right. All right. Let's see. I got a few minutes. I'm going to go refill my water and I will be right back, y'all.